Joe McAuliffe with Metamorphosis. We're going to continue today talking about our summer cram course, Cup of Joes. Specifically today, we're going to talk about the sample themes for talking about real estate in social situations. These are just general examples. There are, of course, many different things you can do, but let's talk about it. It's always a good idea to be able to spontaneously come up with ways to connect with people when you're meeting with them. And of course, if you have a couple of maybe half a dozen different things that you can ask when you first meet someone without even thinking about it, that's a really great start. So you probably need to study that before you apply this in social situations. Let me give you some examples of some questions that you can ask. First of all, and I always like to start with this, always default to FORP. That's our acronym for what family, occupation, recreation, and plans for the future. Also, you want to talk about or can ask what brings you to this event, or how was it you came here today? Do you happen to know someone? Are you a guest? Things like that. And you can also, really important to talk about how business is going for them so far this year, what type of business they're in, and how it's going. And the reason for that is local businesses and professions tend to follow whatever's happening in real estate. Real estate is almost always a bellwether. If it's going really well, it's likely that the businesses are going really well. If it's in a downturn, it's likely their businesses will be impacted by that. Because in real estate, people always ask me how the market is going, and that's typically the first thing anybody asks. Oh, you're a realtor, how's the market? You want to say you track trends in every area and price point locally. So your answer is simply, that depends. Now, what does it depend on? Well, you have to find out a little bit more about where they live so you can use it as a specific example. You can ask, do you live on the island? Which community do you live in? How long have you lived there? That's important, if you don't mind me asking, as kind of a softener that you can use. But I'm sure you know, especially if you've been in your house for a while, you've done really well in terms of appreciation in the past 5-10 years. Unfortunately, and this is where you can throw in a teaser, unfortunately there hasn't been much appreciation over the last couple of years, but the good news is I think that's going to change very soon. As a matter of fact, and this is where you go into how to gather their information, I'm doing extensive research on the market by area and by price. If you'd like, I'd be happy to share that information with you. What's your best email address? And then you can also say, just out of curiosity, do you know anyone that's considering a move? Rather than asking them themselves, they may know someone, and that could be a great way to get a referral. Also, have you ever considered investing in real estate to diversify your financial portfolio? And would you be interested in hearing about it? So these are a variety of different examples. It's take the shot mentality, but also building relationships with FORP. So anyway, apply this stuff and get as many social conversations as possible, especially face-to-face. As you know, we've got mortgage and title partners. Anything you can do to refer business to them, they're the best in both industries. I'd love to have you do that. If you want to find out more from me, just give me a call at or text at 772-234-0301. Have a great day.